Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Himno. It's by David Morejo Sanchez. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And published by Grab the Games. It is free. It is free to play. However, the soundtrack you can buy for $3.59 at 10% off, normally $4. It's billed as a peaceful platformer. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm curious to find out. There's minimal options. I did turn off the chromatic aberrations. The bloom is a bit much, but I'm going to leave it on for now in the hopes that it's not quite as bad as it looks right now on this page. But anyway, without further ado, let's start the run and see what this actually is all about. Now, it's got partial controller support, and I'm actually using a controller for this. But everything is still in what keyboard commands you would use. So you and I will have to figure out what the controller commands actually are as we go here. So right now it's A to jump. Okay. Well, that run didn't last very long, did it? So right now it's A to jump. Haven't figured anything else out yet. If I hold down A, I apparently float. At least slightly. I can wall jump. There is a dash, which is X, apparently. Y also jumps. B, and B also dashes. Okay, well, I'm figuring out the controls as we go here. Okay, let's do this and see what... So I'm collecting, I guess, the yellow stuff. I'm also... Is there a way to, like, collect these jars or anything? Don't see any way of doing it. Just those pots are just there as background fodder, I guess. Alright, I can't up there, but I can get up here. Well, it's certainly an interesting way of doing it, right? It's like the real challenge here is in the platforming. And you can slide along the walls. So that's good. Mantle up onto things as well. The jumping is a little floaty, which I assume is because of the wall jumps. Like they want you to be able to actually grab the walls. So I don't know what that green thing is there. I would like to get it, but it's not. The game is not cooperating right now. I am tempted to try the keyboard, but at the same time, I don't really feel like I would enjoy something like this with the keyboard. So I'm going to just keep going with the controller here, even though it's a little bit anemic, just slightly. Like, it's responsive, but feels like there's very little actual control once you're up in the air here. And I can't figure out if you can run or anything. Like if I dash, okay, if I dash up, I will actually go up the wall. I figured I was like missing something here. Okay, so if I dash while I'm jumping, I actually jump up higher. Okay. So if I go, nope. I can actually dash upwards. Okay. So how do I... grab that, I guess. Come up this way, huh? And go up there. we ascend, it says. Oh, okay, I just hit A on there. Alright, District 2. Level 19, level 2. I don't know what that means. Are these just... Is this a hub world that I'm in there, or what? Hello, little friend. Oh, I can't get this because I'm only level 7. Oh, I see. Down the bottom. I didn't notice that I was getting XP this whole time. Okay. I see. So that's how we get our power-ups. Alright, so there's a little bit of a... So I like how the dash, if you hit up while you dash, you actually do dash upwards. Which helps you make some of these bigger jumps. Which is kind of nice. Okay, and it can help you make some long jumps too. Alright, now we're getting the hang of things. What is that over here? Kind of a... I don't know what that is. Can I do anything with that? It doesn't look like it. Got kind of a little bit of a spelunky vibe to it, sort of. Although, obviously, it's far more peaceful than Spelunky is. But I'm okay with that. I was very curious as to what they meant by a peaceful platformer. And now I know. Alright, let's go here. Level 17. So all these yellow dots I'm collecting are just experience points, and it's interesting you're getting experience points just from exploration, which is an interesting way of doing it. I actually kind of, I like the idea, I like the concept behind it. It's like, you know what, just explore the world and you'll get some XP, and then once you get a lot of XP, and there's like little things like this that you have to get down into, then be able to do things here. Does not look like there's anything over there though. The one thing I would say though is I'm not a huge fan of the let's make everything really dark kind of thing. I kind of like to be able to see where I'm going. Like, it's okay if there's like one sort of level that does it. And maybe this is the only level that's this dark, but I don't, I'm not a huge fan of that. I feel like that's a little bit of a crutch. Oh, did that disappear? That disappeared on me. Well, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Ooh, what is this? Oh, I could actually go through that door? I never thought to go through that door. I accidentally did it. Now I'm getting around a little bit better. Now I'm understanding it slightly more. Alright, we're back to District 2 through a different path. So I can't go... Well, I can, but let's see if I can grab this. Okay, here we go. That works. There we go. There's another door right there. Kind of want to get some more levels if I can. Although maybe I should just keep going forward. I mean, is there any penalty other than not getting levels for not going forward? Alright, District 3. So, I mean, it's really cool. It's all, as far as I know, it's all procedurally generated. So from that perspective, it's good that it's always like something slightly different. That said, there's a lot of repetition here, and I'm kind of finding that to be a little underwhelming. I mean, it's a free game, so I can't criticize it all that much. But it is kind of, it's feeling like very samey right now. I'm hoping that perhaps once we get out of this district here or whatever, it will open up some more, maybe? Also, I don't like that I can't see anything over there, because it's like, where do you go now when you've been everywhere, or you feel like you've been everywhere? Did these respawn again after I did that? Oh, here's a green shard. I still don't know what these spinny shards do. There's a bunch of them around here. And there's the door. District 4. Looks much the same as all the other districts. There's a level 7 thing there. Music's very bare bones so far. It's not. There's nothing really. Doesn't feel like there's anything to write home about as far as the story. It's like, or story, the sound. It's just very echoey and I guess atmospheric to a certain extent, but it's more, I would call it more bare bones than atmospheric per se. I'm not really a fan of the staticky sounds either. Of course, I only have one headphone on, so it's kind of blasting my eardrum out. I'm kind of glad I only have the one headphone on. I don't know. This is a bit of a problem, right? I don't know exactly where to go next. And while there's something to be said for, you know, having anywhere you want to go, there's also something to be said for exactly, for not being, feeling like you're stuck somewhere and don't know where to go next. I'm gonna go back this way. And see, what's worse is that you don't know, like, it's because I can't see anything. I can't tell if there's a platform down here or not. Alright. That would give me an indication that, yes, this is the way I'm supposed to go. I'm just going right back down to the beginning where I was. Okay, well, there was something over there. For sure. What is that? It's a big green thing right now. Grab this while I see it. So what do I do here? Oh my goodness. Okay, that I hit B and it launched me to crazy heights. Okay. So it launched upwards here. Doesn't really do anything for me. So I guess we'll head this way. Oh, here's the door. Okay. through here. There we go. Alright, District 5. Whoops. District 5. Oh, I'm still District 5. It just took me to a different District 5. See, that's... Not a fan of that. Not a fan of the... Like, I mean, I guess when there's no other challenge in the game other than not falling into water, putting those pitfalls there is the only way to make it challenging, but still, yeah, I don't like the lack of vision. I really don't. It feels like a cheap way of making it difficult, you know? I mean, I would call it atmospheric, but it's not really atmospheric per se. Like that's where the sound design should come into play, and the sound design is certainly tropey in its atmosphere, but not really hitting on it, honestly. Which is a shame, because I think there's something good to be said about this. It's just, and it's not that I'm like being completely, you know, don't ever try this thing out. I mean, it's free. You might as well try it out. It is, you know, compelling. There is some compelling gameplay here. It's just, some of the design choices are a little bit baffling to me. Like, why make it so hard to see where you're going? Why does everything look so very similar? You know, like, I could understand maybe having, say, the first 3 levels be like the district level, but then what about having a different tile set at some point, you know? Make something that stands out a little bit more. Like, this is good for a, hey, we want to just kind of get you used to the platforming and stuff, but this is not good from a, I want to show you, like I was kind of expecting like a very sort of like it would open up to like a very beautiful world or something like that, because at this point, right, you don't have monsters, so you're really just kind of relying on people wanting to play it to see some more, like maybe some beautiful set design or something like that, maybe going through some sort of interesting castle or something, like like the ruins of a castle or a ruined town or something. You know, something a little bit more than what's here. What's here is like I said, it's good for like a first level, but not really good if this is the entire game. Okay, that's just frustrating right there. Oh, come on. There it is. Like there's, yeah, I was gonna say, there's a ladder there, but it won't let me climb up it. There it is. I can see this being like a, like I was thinking maybe this would be like a speedrunning type of game, and I could see there being a speedrun thing here, because I would love to see like a speedrunner like just absolutely wreck all these platforms and stuff. But I mean, there's two things working against that. There's the fact that it's randomly generated, so you don't know what seed you're going to get unless you can put it in somewhere. And two, it's not and I hate to say this, but it's not visually pleasing, right? It's not aesthetically pleasing. there's a whole lot of bloom and a whole lot of KSS, can't see shit, right? And I'm not sure that's enough to make for a very compelling experience for more than that, just like a few minutes here and there. I'm trying to be nice, because I mean, yeah, it's a free-to-play game, for crying out loud. It's not even free-to-play, it's just free. Plain old, simple free. But it's just, I don't know. It feels... This kind of feels like a, like something you would do for your college, like, programming project kind of thing. Which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. I have no problems with that. I've played a lot of student games that were good in their own right, or, you know, just interesting concepts. And I'd certainly say this is an interesting concept. Whether it's something that you could really build into like a commercially viable game, I don't know, but I mean, you can't argue with the price right now, that's for sure. And we're getting some synth, so the music is starting to kick in a little bit, so that's not too terrible. I do like me some synth. Still very basic though. A lot of what I would classify as brown notes. So I don't know if that's very intentional or desired. Level 10 right now. And it would be interesting even if these, like, things that you can pick up for certain levels, if they actually did something. I don't know that they actually do anything. If they do something, it's not immediately obvious as to what they actually do. If they point you at something, it's not immediately obvious that they're pointing you at something. Okay. And I wonder if, you know, lighting all these torches is actually supposed to do something. Because again, it's not obvious if it's doing anything or not. So where's the doorway at here? Therein lies the question. Did I pass it before and I didn't make note of it? I mean, maybe just all the way down here again, right? Or perhaps not. I feel like I'm up as high as we can go here. Something else over there. So where exactly do we go? Here's where having like some sort of mini map or something would be quite useful. So at least know where I've been and where I could potentially go to look for things. Look for the door. There it is over here. I mean, saving grace is that the levels don't appear to be very large. They're just very, very dim. I feel like you kind of have to have the bloom on just to see anything. I'm glad I left that on then. So, how am I going to grab that? Okay, come up here. Oops. Come up here. Yep. Alright, through there. So, level 3 thing? Looks like wings, but no idea what that means. If it actually translates to wings or not. Right, let's come over here and grab that. No, it just like, it looks like they're like companions or something, which I'm not sure what that's supposed to do for me. Or then I guess they illuminate more of the world, I guess. Okay. Try and get up there to the other green thing. But it's easier said than done. There we go. So is there anything down here I should know about? Doesn't look like it. More XP. Okay. So we'll come down here and go that way. Does that do anything? I don't think there's anything over there. It's back to the beginning again. Yeah, having some sort of like, even if you're not going to do a mini map, having some kind of thing that like directs you to where the exit is would be very, very useful. Because this is not, because it's kind of rehashing the same things over and over again here is not that fun. There's our thing here. New Hope. I got an achievement. District 9. Okay, I guess it regenerates. So I guess going back in that door, which I accidentally did, just regenerates the level if you don't like what you saw. Well, that's something interesting. Okay. here and go back around. We're up to level 15. There's the next door there too. District 10. Okay, well, we're making with the progress. Still a bit underwhelming, I'll be honest. I don't know how I created that fire there, but I did. It's a level 19. Can take that. Oh, come on. Come on. Get up there. Ooh. There it is. There we go. Just trying to do. Alright, and somehow I gotta get up there. There we go. Like that. Now it's kind of melting away now. Oop, it's taking a while. What happened? Did the game crash? I see like a very small outline of my character. I don't see nothing's happening. That's not good. Oh yeah, the game definitely crashed. Alright. See what happens when it comes back up again. Alright, it doesn't look like there's any save or anything like that, so if something happens and the game crashes, you're pretty much screwed at that point. Well, it's an interesting little freebie, I guess. I can't really... It's not something I would ever really come back to. Like I said, it's kind of very bare bones. There's obviously a lot of effort gone into it, and it's certainly an interesting concept. But if you're going to do something like this, like a journey-esque thing where there's not really any death, it's really just a exploration thing, there's got to be some more compelling elements to it. It's a decent platformer, and it works okay with the controller for the most part. It does feel a little bit weird, a little bit floaty, but it's otherwise works okay. And yeah, I mean, it's something to kill 5 or 10 minutes for. I wouldn't. It's not necessarily something you need to go crazy about. I don't know that I would ever purchase the soundtrack for it, though. It's the soundtrack, from what I've heard, is not anything really particularly remarkable. But you know, there you have it, friends. This has been Himno. It is by David Moriejo Sanchez and published by Grab the Games. It's free out on Steam. You can go take a look at it. I'll leave links down in the description as per the usual. So thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.